Hello, I'm Alastair McLeod. Welcome to Turn Up the Heat, presented by Harris Scarf. Today I'm going to prepare hanger steak with charred chimichurri sauce and eggplant yogurt. Hanger steak, have you heard of hanger steak? You might not have, because it's often called the butcher's steak because he pinches it for himself. Now the hanger comes from the chest part of the beast. There's the brisket, and then there's the hanger steak, and then there's the flank steak. So it's got great flavour and it's meltingly tender. Now, first thing I'm going to do is make the eggplant yogurt. It seems quite a dramatic way to cook the eggplant over an exposed flame, but it gives heaps of personality and smokiness to this sort of summer fruit. We just do it until it is totally wilted. We've driven the moisture out, we've intensified the flavour, and we've added that lovely smoky note. Once the eggplant is cool enough to handle, cut it in half and remove the flesh carefully. If you get a few little bits of the black skin in there, that's okay, that'll add personality. And then we blend it up with the yogurt, sumac, which has a lovely persistent lemon note to it, fresh lemon juice, salt and pepper. Push the button. To anoint our hanger steak, we're going to make a chimichurri salsa. You've heard of that, right? Except we're going to char the herbs. So if you've got herbs that are maybe slightly past their best, this is the salsa for you. So often some of the best recipes in the kitchen are happy mistakes, such as this charred herb salsa. I take the herbs out when I consider that I've charred about half of them. So when I look into the pan, half of it looks really quite burnt and half of it still looks green. That's the point where I stop the cooking. When they're cool, finely chop them, add some finely chopped red onion, some mustard, lemon zest, lemon juice. So chimichurri is this iconic sauce, Argentinian sauce, that's served with grilled meats. The lesser known tale is that it was invented by an Irishman called Chimichurri, and he was running with the Argentinian revolutionaries. The Irish like a fight, you know, and he made this verdant sauce with lots of acid, with lemon juice, sometimes vinegar, garlic. And his name was Chimichurri, and they couldn't say Chimichurri. And so the apocryphal tale is that chimichurri, the Argentinian sauce, was invented by an Irishman called Chimichurri. I'm taking it. A little bit of salt and pepper. Hanger steak loves lots of things. It loves being barbecued, it loves being pan fried, it likes being marinated, but most of all, it likes to be treated simply. The preparation of hanger steak is really quite simple. There's clearly two loins, one here and one here. And this piece down the center we need to remove. We just run our knife against the side of that sort of piece of sinew, and we just cut straight down. And we get one loin. Cut the other side off. And what we're rewarded with is two loins of beef that are quite thin, so obviously then suit being barbecued, but are still beautifully meltingly tender. Any sort of overly large pieces of fat you can trim off. Little bits of it are good. They're going to render down or melt as we pan fry the steak. And then all we need to do is just consider the size of our pan. So we've got sort of a long fillet here. We'll maybe just cut that in half. Beautiful. Couple of tips to cooking a good steak. Make sure the steak's at room temperature, olive oil, salt and pepper before it goes in the pan, and then get a good pan. This is a beautiful scan pan impact from Harris Scarf. It's got a heavy bottom. Why is that good? When I put this meat, even though it's at an ambient temperature, it's going to cool the heat in the pan down. Not if you've got a heavy bottom, you're not. Add a little additional olive oil to the pan and saute the steaks for 4 to 5 minutes, turning frequently. And then remove from the heat, set on a cake rack to rest for about half that time. So to plate this dish, spread the eggplant yogurt generously over the plate, arrange the hanger steak on top, and then anoint with the charred chimichurri, or is it Jimmy McCurry? Hanger steak has a real meatiness, a real savouriness to it, but also a real richness. So the eggplant, the acidity in the eggplant works, as does the charred chimichurri. Now, remember earlier I told you hanger steak was also called the butcher's cut. Did you see that I only cooked 3 of the 4 pieces? I'm going to rename it the chef's cut.